Y'all, my lace looks a tad bit light in this video, so please do not eat me up in the comments, okay? Judge your mama's lace, not mine, okay? Thank you. Bye. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am back with another story time, you guys. So I'm not gonna waste our time. I'm gonna get right into it. I told my son I would be ready to play catch with him in 20 minutes, so I gotta wrap it up, sis. Okay. So this story time, if you could tell by the title, is about the time that I went to jail, y'all. Yes, I went to jail. Locked up, they won't let me out. No, but okay, so boom. I was dating my daughter's dad, my middle daughter's dad at this time, and I met him when we were in college. So he was from a different state, and then I was from, hold on. Ooh. Okay, you guys, so my middle daughter's dad and I met in college, and I may get into some more stories like about how we met and stuff like that, but that ain't got nothing to do with this story right here. So at this point we were dating. Was I pregnant? I may have been pregnant and didn't know it with my daughter, but anyway, so we're going to college at this time. The college was in a small town, like a really small town, and we would have to go and like get groceries and things like that in the next closest town, which was a small town as well, but it wasn't as small as the college town. Okay, so we would have like certain days when we would go, you know, to that town to do whatever we needed to do, because there was literally nothing but one little store in the actual town, and then like up on the highway was another like gas station or whatever. But that was really it for probably about, I don't know how many miles, but I'm gonna say the nearest grocery store, it was a Walmart, was about 15-20 minutes away. Okay, so excuse me, and the small town like had like little restaurants, little fast food places and all of that. It had a little bowling alley, so it wasn't like, you know, it was like a desolate town, but it was just a small town. So like I said, him and I were dating. At this time he was living with me because I had my oldest daughter. So I think I said this in a previous video, but the college that I went to, and I don't know if most colleges are like this or what, but the college that I went to, if you were married or you had kids and you stayed in like this, they used to call it like the baby mama apartments or whatever, but it was an actual apartment and not a dorm room. So it was a 2-bedroom apartment that we lived in. And so at this time I think he was living with me. When we met, he was living on campus, but in the dorms. But I think he ended up living with me at this time, if I'm not mistaken. If he wasn't living with me, he was over there all the time. So we had went to the grocery store with my best friend and her husband and her 2 kids. At that time she only had 2 kids and my daughter. So we had all went to the grocery store. We had that good old EBT brown quart at the time. So yeah, we're at the store, we're shopping it up because it was either, I don't know what time of month it was, but we try to stock up, like, because nobody wants to go back and forth to that town. Like, nobody wants to make that drive or whatever. So we tried to get, you know, stock up on everything that we need. So why did we all go together? I don't really understand. I drove my car and my best friend drove her car, but I don't know why we went together. I guess, I don't know. But it was at nighttime when we went, you guys. So I had my daughter and my middle daughter's dad. I don't know what I'm not gonna call him nothing now. If I do another story time about him or something, then I may give him a name. But as of now, middle daughter's dad, and then my best friend and her family, her husband and her 2 kids. So we get to the store, we shopping it up or whatever. We pretty much finish at the same time. They're checking out on the self-checkout on another area, and then we're like maybe 2 rows down from them in the self-checkout checking out. So y'all, one thing about me is I am not with the blatantly like stealing shit. Like, I'm just not finna go in a store and just steal some fucking bubble gum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go in the store and steal a fucking goddamn a pack of t-shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it, right? So that's just not my thing. I'm not walking up in nowhere and trying to stuff nothing, no, I'm not doing it. So I know this is a thing for people, allegedly, this is a thing for people to, like, if you're at self-checkout, to try to, like, swipe or whatever, like, you know, or act like you're scanning and then just dropping stuff in your bag, whatever. Okay, so y'all, tell me why this man starts doing that. I'm scanning my shit, I'm scanning my stuff or whatever, and I think what started it is I scanned something and it didn't scan the first time. I was like, oops, like, you know, trying to go back, and he was like, nah, he just like put in the thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm steady scanning, I'm looking at this nigga, but I don't want to make a scene because then that's bringing attention to us, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot to mention that this small town was a predominantly, well, even the inside of my hand is brown, but y'all know what I'm saying. We were the minority, okay? Very much so. So I'm not trying to make a scene, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not trying to bring extra attention to us or whatever. So I just keep scanning. So I'm scanning, and then he like is coming and getting in the way. Y'all, hold on real quick. Hey y'all, I'm back. My dog started barking, and yeah, I had to pause everything real quick because I'm like, we can't be having that in the background. So anyway, so like I said, we were the minority. Oh no, so okay, we scanning, I'm scanning, and he's like starting to throw shit in the fucking basket. Like, he just being very, and I'm like, yo, chill out, like, chill out, like, you doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, one little thing and you miss-scan, and you like, okay, like, I'm not gonna press it, right? Allegedly, like, but you're not just gonna keep fucking, like, just, it was so much stuff. And mind you, y'all, I had the card. Like, it's no reason for this. There's no reason for this other than you're a thief. Like, you just want to steal shit. Like, you just get a kick out of it because it's not necessary. Like, why are you doing this? Like, what is really your deal? Like, what's your problem? Okay. So anyway, I'm irritated with him for doing that, but I'm like, okay, what the fuck ever. So I go ahead, pay. Y'all, we getting ready to walk out. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that my best friend was with me. Because had she not been with me, my daughter, I don't know what, I probably would have had to call somebody for them to come get my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, okay, so they end up pulling, they stop us like, hey, you know, can we see a receipt or whatever. Like, it ain't when you walk out the door, you got people be like sitting there checking, let me check your receipt. Like, it was before these days anyway. They wasn't even doing that at this time. It, like, soon as we were like, and I already put the groceries in the thing and we're walking out, like, we wasn't towards the door, we're just walking away from the register area. The what do they call, the whatever protection or prevention, whatever, them people that be undercovers, the undercovers at Walmart, okay? They came and, you know, basically swooped us up like, can we see a receipt? You know, I need you to come with me, blah 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 blah. And so I'm like, be fucking for real. Be the fuck for real. I was so irritated. Like, nigga, you are an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what I was thinking. Like, nigga, you're stupid as fuck. Like, now you done got us both fucked off. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, okay, so when they do that, my best friend like swoops up my daughter or whatever and takes her with them. So we all stayed in the same apartment complex. They stayed literally, like, we were in the same building. They stayed in the breezeway next to our breezeway, like the next breezeway over. So she took my daughter with her. So y'all, I ain't never been in no type of trouble. Like, I ain't never been under arrest. I ain't never been under suspicion where I need to come and talk in the, like, none of that type of shit. Like, I ain't never been in that. I ain't never did that. I ain't never been a part of that. So y'all, I am tweaking. Like, I'm just like, this is so fucked up. Like, I wanted to break down and boohoo cry, but I didn't. So boom, they take us in a room, like, asking us, you know, questions like, what did y'all take anything, and blah blah blah. And of course we're like, no, you know, what is this about, whatever. So they pull up the cameras or whatever, and they like, pretty much like, y'all are fucking busted, caught red-handed, you caught right now. I see you. Who is that? That's not you. And so he like thinking this shit is a joke, and I'm like pressed. I am like, oh my motherfucking God, like we gotta go to jail, y'all. The police came in there. When the police came in the room, I was like, nigga, my life is over. Like, I'm going to rot in jail behind some fucking groceries from Walmart. Like, this is how I'm gonna go out? For real? Y'all, I was distraught. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was distraught. Okay, but he like is taking this shit lightly, thinking it's a joke. He's not pressed. Looking stupid. We both looking stupid. Like, clown ass. Man, oh my God. Okay, so anyway, they end up arresting us or whatever, and they put us in 2 different cars. Like, we couldn't ride together. So I was even more like, I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is terrible, you guys. Like, I had never experienced anything like this in my life. But mind you, this was a small town, so it was a small little like jailhouse or whatever. So they take us to the jailhouse. They booked me in, like the whole deal, like the whole motherfucking deal, y'all. They, you know, pat me down, all the things. So I'm like, once I get there, they do everything that they gotta do, and they let me you know, make a call or whatever, and you know, they told me how much my bond would be and blah 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 blah. Y'all, I called my mama. My mama did not answer the phone because it's nighttime, like it's late. I called my mama, she didn't answer the phone. My mama works like early morning, so anyway, I called her and I'm like, she didn't answer the phone. So I called my grandma. Yeah, I called my granny, and I don't know why I called my granny, but my granny answered the phone. And I'm like, Grandma, you know, can you have, you know, basically giving her a rundown of what has happened. Like, I'm in jail and I need y'all to come get me. So my uncle, I believe, got a hold of my mama, and they ended up coming down. I want to say my bond, it wasn't nothing but like, I'm saying nothing but like, but I want to say it was like $100, $150 or something. But still, that was $150 like out of my pocket, out of my people's pocket, like for what? For nothing. Like, I was so fucking irritated, y'all. So I make that call or whatever. I was able to get a hold of them. Whatever. They are on the way. Now, mind you, we are in this small town. Like, where my people are at is like an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour away. And I mean, they gonna have to get shit together, get up. So I was in that cell for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, y'all. It might have been 2.5 hours, I don't know, but I was tweaking the whole time. And when they put me in my cell, I was in there with this chick, this white girl or whatever, and she was like, I've been in here for, I want to say, she said 2 weeks for stealing a Red Bull. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, get me out of here, nigga. What is this? Because why are you in here for 2 weeks over a damn energy drink? Like, what's really good? Like, I mean, it was a real life cell, like top bunk, bottom bunk, little stool. Like, it just, the walls was just like, oh my gosh, y'all. And so they had put my my daughter's dad, they had put him like in the cell next to us, because again, this is a small jail. So he was in the cell next to us. He was in the cell by himself though. And so I'm like trying to like talk to him over the thing or whatever. Like, could we see each other? We could see each other at first, and then they put the deal over the door, and I was like, oh my God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I am not built for that shit. So my mama ended up coming to get me. My mama and my uncle ended up coming to get me. Y'all, when I tell y'all, like, embarrassed. Like, embarrassed. Like, I could not believe that I had got myself in that type of situation. Like, fucking with this nigga. So anyway, for whatever reason, I want to say that his bond was way higher than mine. Well, I guess maybe because I never had no priors, and I guess if they was looking at the stuff, they seen that I wasn't actually like stealing nothing. I was just allowing him to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that played a part, but anyway, his bond was higher and his people was in, like I said, a whole nother state. So like it was a whole fiasco, like trying to get him out. I had to like call his people and, you know, let them know what was going on. And they calling me, you know how it be when a motherfucker be in jail and they trying to post bond. It was just a whole little situation. I was so irritated. So I want to say he was in there for probably about 4 or 5 days or something like that behind this shit. But the good thing was, like, it never went on my record. So like if you were to run my, you know, my background check or something like that, it's not gonna come up. Like, it went on my record. I never had to go to like court again behind that or nothing. So after we paid that whatever the bond was or whatever that fee was, whatever it was, once that was paid, I was able to get out, and that was the end of that. So I'm grateful for that. But y'all, let me tell y'all, being in that jail cell, when motherfuckers say that motherfucker's cold, the walk, like, y'all, ugh, I could not imagine like having to be in there for like even a full night. Y'all, I was fucked up. Like, I was crying. Like, it was the most, y'all. It was the most. But that was just a quick little story time I wanted to bring to y'all to lighten the, you know, the energy. It was funny in a sense. Oh, and my baby, like, she didn't really, my daughter at the time, she was pretty young, so it ain't like she didn't see us the way my best friend took her. She didn't see us like getting arrested and the whole deal, so she didn't even know like what was going on. So I'm just grateful that she was there or whatever. And of course my best friend has daughters that her oldest daughter is like a year or two younger than my daughter, so they're close in age or whatever. So, and they play together and stuff all the time. So whenever she went with them, it wasn't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best friend really came through like and handled that for me. I'm so grateful, because that is so embarrassing and so ghetto and so traumatizing if my baby would have seen that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for them. But anyway, because I was gone, like I said, it was nighttime whenever this happened. So by the time I got out, it was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I ended up getting my daughter. I can't remember if I went ahead and got my baby that night. I probably did. Like, girl, let me go get my baby. I mean, you know, and just pick her up and take her and put her in her bed at home. You know what I'm saying? She was little like that at that time. So I want to say that was what I did. If not, then I went and got her first thing the next morning. But anyway, that is the story time about the time that I got locked up. Clink clink. So anyway, peace, love, and light. I hope y'all enjoyed this quick little story. If y'all did, leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you ever been locked up or you ever got caught stealing, girl, any of the things, like, tell me your stories. I want to hear about it. So peace, love, and light. Bye. Is this far up? Is this one go? I think it is. Dang. Let's see if I can do it like that. I just recorded how I lay my glueless wigs. So if you happen to see that and I have the same clothes on, that's why, because I'm recording 2, and I might do another video in the same day. So